The Unleashed competition has asked Nigerian young entrepreneurs to come up with viable and sustainable business ideas. The winner gets 2 million naira to start up their business, along with expert mentoring to develop their idea to market. Our fourth candidate, Sunday Sholanke, founder of PETsPoint.
Nigeria produced 513,000 tons of plastic waste. From this huge figure, less than 30% is being recovered and less than 10% is being recycled. Meaning over 70% of this plastic waste endangers our environment and our ocean. And this is what you see every day in Nigeria after every rainfall, because most plastics end up in the drainages.
Sunday Kolawole has over 5 years of experience in the non-profit sector. He is the founder of PETsPoint Technology Limited, Ibadan, Nigeria, an integrated clean tech value chain social enterprise which leverages technology, deploying mobile applications that allow the aggregation of plastic waste directly from households, communities, through the provision of community collection infrastructures, also known as receptacles.
And I am here with Sunday just moments before he goes in for his pitch to the judges. Now, Sunday, how are you feeling?
I'm fine. I'm doing fine today.
Fantastic. First, I'd like to congratulate you. You've gone from hundreds to 15, and now you're sitting here with me as one of the top 5 contestants.
Thank you very much. It's a wonderful opportunity. Being one of the last 5 standing is a great opportunity. Yes.
Okay. Talk to me a bit about your experience. How has it been? Yeah.
Okay, the experience has been a bit very cordial and very lively. From the email to the boot camp to the meetings we have online, it's been a very nice journey. Yeah.
Awesome. Good to hear that.
Yes.
And now you're about to go in. How are you feeling? Are you excited, confident, ready to get them?
Yes, I'm excited. I'm very okay. I'm ready because as an entrepreneur, one of the key skills is to always be ready at any time, because you never can tell what can come up at any time. So she always be ready. So whenever it's ready, you go up and you do the work.
Fantastic. I wish you the very best of luck, and I'll see you when you're done.
Yeah, thank you very much.
Okay.
Thank you. Hello, I am Sunday Sholanke. I'm the co-founder and the team leader of PETsPoint Technology. At PET, we innovate and we create economic value from plastic waste. According to the Food, Beverages and Recycling Alliance, it said in 2020, Nigeria produced 513,000 tons of plastic waste. That's a huge figure. So that means we have 513,000 of plastic waste in the environment, which constitutes a big nuisance to us. And what are the issues that we see? Number one is Nigeria lacks clear collection infrastructure. Nigeria lacks clear village services for the recyclers. And number 3, there are no clear data collection mechanism. So what is our solution? Our solution is simple. We developed a mobile application called Junkyard, and it also has a web platform which connects citizens to their closest community collection points with infrastructures. And in the long time, we plan to produce bricks from the plastic waste. And as of today, we have been able to collect 25,000 tons of plastic waste within the environment between Lagos and Ibadan. And currently, too, one of our key achievements is we have been able to reach over 1,000 students, because one of the issues in Nigeria is people lack the advocacy. Actually, is a big issue all over Nigeria. So, for you to succeed in that sector, you need to do a lot of activity, a lot of advocacy. So, in the last 2 years, we have been able to reach 1,000 students within Lagos and Ibadan with the help of our supporter, which is MTN and Coca-Cola Nigeria, which has the help us to do that one. And currently, we're working in Ibadan. We have a factory we are currently building with the government of the state, and we have a strong partnership with the University of Ibadan, who gave us land to operate, and we're currently building. And even currently too, we are also building community collection infrastructures, which are planning to deploy in a couple of weeks. So thank you very much. I'm open to more questions.
Well done, Sunday.
Yeah.
So you said MTN Coca-Cola had helped you.
Yes.
What can you speak more on that?
Okay, so what I did for us was a partnership. So when we have a project for us to go to schools, because you have to do what we call the mind shift. People have to change their mindset to begin to see waste as a product, not as waste the way they see it. So Coca-Cola supported us then to allow us those advocacy we have in Lagos with schools, because we believe in the catch them young approach, whereby we can have the young people go up and begin to see waste as resources and not as waste. So they help us to achieve those aims of advocacy. So just like $1,000 in Coca-Cola to support that mission, that's what Coca-Cola did for us.
would you say is your business NGO or a profit-driven business?
We're a profit-driven business.
Okay.
So we generate profits. Number one, through subscription on a mobile application, an online platform. Two, we generate profit through sales of bare plastic waste and the caps, because in the plastic we have two materials there. You have the cap, which is PP, you have the bottle, which is PET, and you have the flexi, which all of them are means of generating revenue. You can sell each of them to different buyers, and even on a larger scale, the PP on top is even more costlier than the big bottle itself. And also too, we plan that when we start brick production, we generate profit from brick productions too. But in the long time, what we want to do in the long time is we want to produce curtains from plastic waste, because we discovered that.
Okay, so I'll cut it short. Okay. The other judges would ask you questions as well. How long has the business been existing?
2 years.
Okay, can you run me through the numbers quickly?
Okay, so in the last 2 years, we've not generated any profit like in cash.
Okay.
But we're able to raise a bit of funding to allow us to stick ground running.
You've been able to raise what?
To raise a bit of grants to allow us move the ground running. So as of today, we are able, so in advocacy, we are able to reach 20 schools between Lagos and Ibadan on advocacy. Now, why for our pilots, for collection pilots, we are able to do 25 tons of plastic waste, which we have in our factory currently. And today, because we're able to get a funding that allows us build the mobile application, and also so because of that funding allows us now to build our main structure. So we partner with the University of Ibadan, which gives us access to land, and currently we are building a factory in the University of Ibadan itself.
Awesome. I'll pass it to them.
Sunday, good job. Great presentation. Can I see the product, please?
Okay, but this product is not being made yet.
It's not being made. It's just a prototype of what we want to do in the future.
Okay.
Because reason being that we need to be very careful. If we're producing this now, our main goal is we're trying to solve the goal of the UNSDG, which is goal 12, 13, 14, and 15. So if anybody produces this now, the next issue is, are you solving one problem to create 10 problems? Which we don't want to do.
For this? Is there anybody making this in this country?
Yes.
What is
it?
it?
Competition. Does your company have a competition doing this already?
Yes, we have.
Okay, so Sunday, good job. My question is this. So we have a lot of people doing this. You know, this is my field, right?
Yes.
And why are you different?
What is it?
Why are you different?
Okay, so what makes us different?
Because, we have a lot of big players.
Yes.
Even though, everybody wants to do this at the end of the day, right? People want to turn into other value product, yeah. But so currently you talk about, I'm having a bit of conflict with what you do. You talk about advocacy, you talk about making profit by the side. So I kind of figure that you are running a hybrid mode of business. So you do the for-profit, and then you do the not-for-profit, which is what you do for schools, advocacy. So you run a hybrid mode of business, yeah. So now the question, I know a lot of people do what you do, they pick up waste. So basically, let me understand, you pick up waste, you turn them, you pay people that bring them in, right? And then you have an electronic media this time around to reach people faster.
Yes.
Because, for clarity, so why are you different from people who do this? Okay,
so one of the things that make us different is, number one, in the market now today, we have Packham, we have Packham in Lagos, we have Bookify, and so many of them like that. So one of our key uniquenesses, number one, is for our mobile application, we are not mono. We're not tied to just plastics alone. So our mobile can collect all manners of recyclables. And also too, we allow instant payment on our mobile. So what we do, so last month we signed an MOU with Providence Bank, which allows us to use e-wallet on the mobile platform. Because one of the things we discover also is most people in the sector collect plastic for a long time and don't pay those local women. So we start to bring it so that women can get their money at a go, because those women use those money to pay for their families. So that's one of the things we bring to the market. Also too, we start to bring in uniformity of prices. Why should a plastic go for 170 per kilo as at today, and somebody's collecting at 20 naira? That's the cheat.
Okay, so good job. I got that point clearly. So you talk about raising funds so far. How much have you? Do you have an average figure of how much you've raised?
Okay, so far we have raised up to $20,000.
And those things were used for.
So those things were used for. So number one, we complete our mobile application. Number two, we got a van. We got a van which we have now. if there's a picture, I could have shown the picture.
Okay.
We have a van. The number 3, we are currently building our permanent site in the University of Ibadan.
Good job. So just on the other side, by the way, when you are pitching, don't talk about your competition or competitors, but do not mention their names.
Okay.
It's a disadvantage to you because people could easily Google them and then see what they do better than you and go with them. Yeah.
Okay. Thank you.
Why you?
Okay, so why me is number 1. So first thing is, a couple of years ago, I worked with BSO Nigeria, and I had opportunity to travel around the whole country. One of the things we saw was, to every community we go to in Nigeria, we saw the challenge. Plastic waste was there. There was a day we were in Abia State, so immediately we come out from the flight, and it just finished raining, and the whole airport was flooded with plastic waste. And we're like, so we're thinking, so what can we do better in this sector than what we have been doing? And because of that, I'm like, and how can we bring technology that can connect everybody, whereby citizens do not have to travel long distance to dispose their waste? Because one of the things we saw is they don't have to go a long way. They tend to burn the plant, and then when they burn it, they release CO2 emission into the atmosphere. So that's one of the issues. So let's go there and let's see what we can do better.
Okay, thank you, Sunday. I think that's all we have for you. Thank you so much.
Done.
Yeah.
Like, your business is very impactful, and then we look forward to just hearing success stories about your business.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank you. Yeah, thank you.
Today, I'm having a conversation with Olawale Adetola, co-founder at TNC Africa. He will be sharing valuable film industry insights as well as how he was able to establish his brand from a startup into a global brand. So stay with us. Olawale Adetola is a co-founder and CEO of TNC Africa, a startup on a mission to take original African stories to the world. He is an experienced entrepreneur and marketing professional who has spent the last 15 years working in various roles across different industries. Olawale Adetola likes to describe himself as an unrepentant media addict.
Next time on The Unleashed.
No, they will come out to beg because rehabilitation is a long process. Like for you to rehabilitate a child that is crippling to walking straight, it will take some amount of devices, and children grow fast, so they will tend to outgrow. So once they outgrow, they will come out for a new one.
Thank you, Sunday Sholanke, for giving us a peek into your dreams and aspirations. That's it for today, people. See you next time. Ciao.